Hi, everybody. This is Sarah Sachs, your medium on the go. I know it's been a while since I last spoke to you, but I've been back and forth at Lilydale and Chautauqua teaching classes, doing some service work at Lilydale, all kinds of things. So, this is the first time I've actually had to kind of catch my breath, but I do plan on going back to a regular time. I'm going to maybe try a week from starting, maybe a week from Wednesday, unless something comes up. Yet I know something always is coming up. So I know that this was all last minute, very last minute. So won't really be waiting for people to come on this, and I'll just pretty much start. There's an awful lot to be covered here today. So, and I will, of course, save this and I'll share it on Facebook for people to see later on. But I think I may be going back to this at 5 o'clock on Wednesday. I'll try 5 o'clock on Wednesdays so everybody has an idea of the regularity of this. So, oh, I see I've got a couple people. I'm not sure, but at any rate, and I will try to look in the chat every now and then to see if there are any questions. And I am coming to you from the beautiful Hotel Athenaeum in Chautauqua. And since the season's over, it's very quiet with a few guests here, but there are some people. Lilydale is completely dead today, deader than the dead people. So, and it's raining. It's raining out there. Wow, I wonder what's happening in Pittsburgh, where I will be back in probably a couple of days. So, at any rate, I don't, so much has happened in the news and everything. I don't even know where to begin. It seems as though every time I turn on YouTube and catch up with the news, something new has happened. So, at any rate, I'm going to see if I'm able to do. Okay, I can't. Okay, so I'm just going to have to hold the cards up. So let me see. So I think first we will begin with all of the missing documents that they have gotten from Mar-a-Lago. I want to be a little bit more specific about this, and I'm probably going to try to keep the time of this video down today. And I guess a lot of people may still be at picnics. I was invited to a picnic today, but it's too many people, too much of a spreader event, so I declined. But I did drive by, and there were lots of people there without masks, that sort of thing. So, and I will probably touch on the COVID issues. So, okay. So let's see. What about all of the what would be in some of those missing documents from the missing folders at Mar-a-Lago? So let's see if there's any insight from that. So we start with the Page of Pentacles. So I'm going to say that to me, and this is, I have to say this for entertainment purposes only, this is telling me that this is very likely that some of them have been sold. So we've got that. And let's see, we have coming up the Eight of Swords, which means that the more that seems to be found out about this, there's a couple meanings in here. The more that's revealed, the more the former president is going to be really playing the victim and being completely blind to everything that's going on. So there's an awful lot of denial being a martyr, being a victim, which is what the Eight of Swords is all about. So, let's see another card here. The Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is stating it is a card of victory, and the wands are the element of fire. So I would say that what this is saying is that there are going to be some discoveries made of what exactly has been passed on because of there are people's lives involved in this. And so I do think that there will be some discovery of, by deduction, that sort of thing, and people very high up in the past administration um, testifying as to what possibly is in them, so that maybe some of the people who are doing, that are spies and whatever will be notified and can be put out of danger. So I do think that that could be the next thing that could be coming up with that. So a lot of people are asking if there's going to be some indictments, any more indictments, and there's so many different elements to this there is the question that Merrick Garland has been very cautious about having this not seem political, but I would also say that there is the dilemma that that this is so serious that if the orange one isn't held to account soon, that this would encourage others in the future to do this. So this is a kind of a tightrope that he's walking on. So I'm going to ask, do three cards about if and possibly when. Let's see if I could say, will there be an indictment coming soon for Trump? Okay, so let me see here. Okay. The death card. Interesting. I want to do three of these. Death card in reverse. And the nine. Yes, the Nine of Swords in reverse. And Six of Pentacles upright. So let's see. We have first. Okay, if I can kind of put these together here. The Death card in reverse is that it is a card of new beginnings and endings. Which is really saying that, this is saying an awful lot, that I'm going to say that there is still more to be uncovered before that step is taken. Now, I have to wonder what possibly else could be uncovered for there to be an indictment coming down. But I would say that the worry about this looking political is that I feel as though there are a couple of unrevealed pieces of evidence out there that is taking away the worry from the Department of Justice of making this look as though it's a purely political vendetta. So I'm going to say that I feel as though the worries about this are becoming less because there is some very compelling evidence that has not been revealed. So the Six of Pentacles is about, and I've been saying this all along, it's one of those follow the money cards. So this is definitely about money given out. So I would say that this is definitely about what will be discovered to push an indictment, which could be later this month or possibly October, is that there will be, that this is telling me that it is the giving of money for favors. And that's what some of these missing documents that I think somehow there's going to be some record of what they're about to be found. So to me, these are definitely saying that yes, there is possibly an indictment that could be coming down. So I feel as though I'm going to switch to my other deck about, and this is the one everybody asks because, we've got espionage, the taking of documents, all kinds of things, and the question comes if he's going to be going to jail because it's real tricky since he's got lifetime Secret Service. I do feel as though there could be a solution for that, but I'm going to. So this is talking about he ever will he ever be in jail or have, I guess maybe a better question, will his freedoms be greatly taken away? And then I will get to the thing about flight. I keep thinking he's going to book out of here, or at least try to. So let's see. So as far as so we've got the Queen of Rods here, which to me that's saying that's a lot of female energy, and that could be saying yes. I'm feeling as though this could be the late, whose name I forget, the Attorney General in Georgia, that this may be coming up, is as far as that whole thing in Georgia going, that there's quite, or she might be seeking it. This is about kind of like the hopelessness, the desolation, and the living in the past card, which is saying that that all of those connected with Trump there will be a loss of hope. There's definitely a loss of hope in this, and definitely running out of options. But these two cups in the background say they may have a couple more cards up their sleeves, but that definitely exercises in futility. So, this is interesting. So, yeah, I'm going to say that the Ten of Cups here is talking about the feeling that maybe justice has been done, a certain happiness in knowing that no one is above the law with a greater portion, but it isn't entirely lasting necessarily as rain because it is a rainbow. So there may be um, this hurdle to make, but I feel as though I need to pull some other cards. And it looks like Georgia is a big possibility. And the Wheel of Fortune is saying, in reverse, is saying they've definitely run out of options. And one, it's although the loss of freedom is hard to say, is that there's going to be a lot of the fortune or whatever is left of it of the Trump empire that's going to be seized. And this is definitely a card of karma. So I've heard some of my colleagues saying they definitely feel as though Mar-a-Lago could be that they could seize that property. And so that is a lot. Oh, wow, all of these things are definitely saying before there's a whole anything about prison or loss of freedom that it's taking away of the money, but also in this whole thing is that seeing I've gotten a new meaning out of Pentacles in reverse, and since I've started doing these and looking at other readers, is that Pentacles in reverse does talk about corruption. So I'm going to say the reversal of fortune, um, which is all about the discovery of newly discovery of corruption that's been going on. And a lot of this is that a lot of us have been saying it's a big follow the money thing. So here we got that. And wow, this is all okay. The King of Pentacles upright. Um, I would say that there is someone, maybe someone in the Department of Justice that is working on the financial end of this. And I would say working, I always look at this guy as that he's like slowly but surely build up his fortune from nothing, and now he's built something tremendous. But I'm seeing this as some unsung hero in the Department of Justice who has been doing a lot of number crunching and work that would be way too tedious for much of us to do, that's just been slogging along in the background, that I'm going to say is it's going to bear fruit. So there's going to be some financial things that are dug up that are going to be a lot more incriminating. And this guy, I think, is good. The woman it's a king, could very well end up being a nerd hero. So I would say there's someone in the background going through the financials, not real sexy stuff, but this is stuff that so many of us have been saying, follow the money, follow the money. This will bring us down. So I'm going to pull another few more cards about, okay, so what this is saying, the Chariot in reverse is saying, although it's moving very slowly, it's moving at stop, go, stop, go. So it's telling me that, getting back to the Department of Justice, that they're moving slowly and carefully. And I keep saying it probably could happen, but not as quickly as we want. It also tells me that there would have to be something along, I think, the 14th Amendment, where he could be stripped of the Secret Service and all of that people feel is holding up this. But I would also say that this represents a temporary stoppage in the New York investigation. This is telling me this isn't over yet, and that part of the election for the governor is going to be about maybe getting someone to prosecute. So, who will prosecute him, and that the present guy may be gone. So I would see that. So then we have strength. So there's a lot more strength going on behind the scenes than we know about. This is a very big yes card, and this woman is very, very patient as she tames the beast. So they've got a really big beast to tame as far as this. I do feel as though there is going to be a very big loss of freedom, but we may not be seeing it right away. And this whole thing, I also get a sense that his hardcore base is always going to be his hardcore MAGA base, but I'm also seeing that a number of people who may, for more selfish reasons, may still be clinging to support, are going to maybe take a second look at what they thought were the good old days of his administration and start putting things together. So I'm going to say that the on the fence people may be leaving. So that's very important. So I want to take another look at this deck and see if there's going to be a flight. Okay. If he's going to try to flee the country. I know that there were passports taken that were returned, but something tells me that they may have taken more. But if you have a private jet, that kind of circumvents the passport issue, but that could be taken away. So I'm going to do very quick shuffle here and see if there is if there's going to be a flight. And I would say if he's going to do it, he may want to do it really soon because the walls are closing in now. And if he gets arrested, and even if he gets bailed out within 2 seconds and never sees the inside of the holding cell, that there are things that could be seized that would make it difficult. So a lot of people have been talking about that. So let's see what's happening with that. Okay, so the funds may be not there for him to do that. Very, very interesting. So we've got that, and wow, that's being considered. It's being considered, but going back and forth, not really deciding, and at the same time with the blindfold on, not being realistic as to where he can go. I don't think Russia's an option anymore, but there could be Saudi Arabia, but that may not be the greatest thing. So there's a lot of indecision about that. He may be out of options and out of money. So I would say that to me, this Seven of Cups in reverse is telling me that following this, that I would say the mental state is deteriorating. There may be too much craziness and a meltdown for him to do that. I would say that that ship is sailing out of the port very, very fast. So I'm going to say that any attempt to that, if it isn't done really soon, that he may be out of options for that. So um, there's so much going on with that I think we've pretty much covered that. So I'm going to do my very quick, first of all, being in Chautauqua County, I know that Chautauqua County is number one in New York again for the cases of COVID per capita. But you try to tell a lot of the people around here, and that just nobody's home. That's not sinking in. People are not wearing masks indoors, and the whole thing. So, and I would say they're not too innocent about that. Where I live in Allegheny County in Pennsylvania, so I have to say that just because being sick of something and not wanting it to be around anymore doesn't make it so. But there's also that booster, that COVID for the new variant, which is like so contagious. People have been getting that crowded outdoor event. So I'm feeling as though we could be in for a spike soon, but it may not be as bad as it's been. So I see what I see is along the lines of as more people get vaccinated, this sort of thing, that we'll have the spikes, but they may be diminishing. How long that's going to take? So let's see. What do we have in store in the fall for COVID? So we have got the Ten of Cups upright. Ten of Cups upright tells me that maybe more, sort of like more families kind of finding simpler ways and not as many, I think maybe not as many crowded events as people have been going to lately. And that maybe, finding more happiness at home and not going to big parties, that sort of thing. That's what I immediately get because Let's see what we have here. The Ten of Wands in reverse is pretty much about people, I guess about not carrying such heavy burdens. And I would say that that comes in the whole thing of, in a lot of places, working, the combination of working at home and going to the office is uh, pretty much the new reality that we have in the workplace, and which means that people will be able to adjust their work hours a little bit better. So this is one of the blessings in disguise of this. So this, what this is telling me is that people not taking on as much because of what has happened is going to be the new normal. So that could be a benefit. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse is that's kind of, I think people are reevaluating their prosperity and how much they have to work and this sort of thing. And it goes along with the economy that this whole pandemic has brought about. So I would say that without bigger influxes of income, people are reevaluating what is important with prosperity. But it also goes to the whole thing of, again, seeing the, the corruption that has been happening, especially from the previous administration. And also what this tells me now, I just got a little bit of a psychic hit, is that a lot of these people that have complained about this, some student loan forgiveness, which is revealed about people getting the PPE loans that have been forgiven. I think that there will be a discovery that those funds were not used to pay salaries from the people that were out during the pandemic, and that there will be money that's going to have to be returned. So this is one of those maybe hidden benefits from the pandemic, and there are, like the Marjorie Taylor Greens and all these kinds of people will be invited to return these funds. And some of them won't have a choice in an election year. So, which brings me to well, I'm not going to get into, I think I'm going to save the election issue for another live, because um, we're a little far out, but it's like I've been saying all along, that the red wave, and I said this back when people thought I was nuts at the beginning of the year, but the red wave is not the foregone conclusion. But I think I want to wait a little bit, because I think things are happening. They're talking about Rovember. That ought to tell you a lot. But I feel as though there could be some September and October surprises that are not going to be very favorable to the Republicans. Maybe a few for the Democrats, but they're going to be very minor in comparison. And I just want, so I think I'm going to stay, because I don't have much new to say about that, but I think there may be some things coming up. So what I want to do now is just take a very quick look at the gas prices have been coming down. So I'm going to take a very quick look at what this all means and if it's going to continue, and the economy. So I would say, and we've got the sun in reverse, which is, I would say, there's a lot that's been hidden by the oil companies, and that could be coming to light pretty soon. And I would say that there's a lot of the Republicans have been trying to make hay out of a lot of this. It isn't going to work too much, but I would say that people need to realize that there is some help that they can seek instead of just complaining about things. But let's take another look at, oh, here we have our King of Pentacles. So that, to me, that's saying that economically, the things are starting to get better. We won't, and as I said before with this guy, he did not reach this point overnight. It was a lot of very hard work, some scrimping and saving, shopping for the bargains and whatnot that brought about the prosperity that he has. So I'm going to say he's saying there's some recovery, but we will need to do some groundwork, and that we're probably doing much better than we're being told. So things look fairly optimistic, but things are not going to happen overnight. But the gas prices coming down are very good, because I believe that may put the brakes on inflation. So that's always good to know. So I'm going to do 3 quickies on Ukraine, because we can't forget about them. I haven't seen anything in the news lately. I keep feeling as though that bridge they're going after, if it hasn't come down already, it's going to come down. So let's see what's going on. They're really hanging in there. And so let's see what's going on with them. Okay. First, we've got, the Chariot. So I don't see this ending very soon. So as I've said before, when this came up on another question, it's moving slowly. It's stop, go, but there is some movement and there is some progress. So the 6 of Cups is telling me that that there could be a little bit of a break, that things may not be looking all that bad. There are some people returning. So I would say in this case that this could be a very optimistic card, that maybe in a few little corners things have gone back to a little bit more of what they before. So the King of Wands in reverse. Okay, this tells me that for entertainment purposes only, something really bad could be coming up for Putin. That the kind of like the fire has pretty much gone out in his inspiring people. I feel as though their economy is really in the toilet, in very, very bad shape. So this could be about illness. I'm going to say that I feel as though he's getting sicker and sicker, and that it's possible something could happen to him in the not too distant future. But whatever this is really talking about kind of his losing power. So that is what I see. So everybody, before I end, just a reminder that Mercury retrograde is right around the corner. I think it's on 9/11, if you can believe that. And so all it's saying is slow down, get an extra warranty on whatever you buy or get repaired, but don't fear it. I think maybe we do need a little bit of downtime, anyways, after the incredibly busy summer. So I'm going to sign off for now, and then what I will do is I will post this to Facebook. So I will see you soon. Bye.